Alright, what's going on everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back with another live stream. For those of you that are new, I don't know what's going on here. Sorry, I just want to make sure everything's doing alright before I get going. But for those of you that are new, my name is Griffin Thomas. I am a 20, almost 21-year-old entrepreneur, mostly on the internet, of course, like most people that are millennials, just looking for any way to make money other than from a job, just over broke, as I learned to call them. And mostly what I'm really interested in is the stock markets, Amazon FBA, just ways, like I said, ultimately ways to make money online. Any way to turn $1 into 2 or 3 or 10 or 100 even. That rarely, if ever, happens. But just any way to make my money work for me at the end of the day. Obviously, you still have to work hard, put in the studies, put in the time, effort, and money. I mean, obviously, it always takes money to make money. But yeah, just if you're into that kind of thing, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. But yeah, just want to make sure real quick before we get going, talking about Gush and Drip, as well as a few other stocks to be on the lookout for the end of the week and going into next week, as well as the PDT rule. We're going to go more in depth into that in this video as well. But yeah, I'm going to make sure the stream is doing well really quick before we get going. Currently don't have anybody live, it doesn't look like yet. Boom, got the chat pulled up there. But first and foremost, before we get going, I want to talk about this day trading margin requirements, just pretty much better known as just the PDT rules. Like, day trading margin requirements is essentially what they are. And pretty much, if you all want me to, let me know, and I'll put this link in the description box after the video uploads. But pretty much what it just tells you in short is like, what is a day trade? Does the rule affect short? I mean, it literally goes in depth. I took the time and read through this this morning, actually, while I was at the job, and pretty much all that you need to take from it is until your account reaches $25,000, you pretty much can only use your funds. Like, say, like I mentioned yesterday, say you had $1,000 and you day traded, you use that whole $1,000 today. So obviously with Good Friday, I forgot the markets are closed Friday, so I won't be able to trade Fridays. Either any of you will as well. But so since I used all my money, my account balance today, and it's under 25,000 by a lot, obviously I won't be able to use those funds until Monday, because it's just easier that way. I believe that's how all trading platforms do it, but I know Robinhood for sure does it. What they do is they just don't make those funds available until after one whole business day. So you'd be able to trade, in essence, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just consistently over and over again. That's kind of just what I took from it. I've talked about this a couple times, but I wanted to show you guys just, I mean, this article, I don't even know if it's an article necessarily. I like to call it just an article or blog, whatever you wish to call it. But this goes really in depth. I mean, it's a good, reliable source, of course. That's something to always look out for. But yeah, I mean, it's just, like I said, if you guys want me to, I'll probably go ahead and at least copy it. So if you guys want to take a good look at that yourself, as well as just a whole bunch of other stuff. Like I always say, I mean, I haven't looked at this. These might be ones, especially if you have kids, the 529 expense analyzer, that'd be one to look at. But I'm pretty new at this website. I was just looking into the PDT rule. Like I said, I don't want to hit on this too long. I just wanted to just pretty much go over how does it affect you. And pretty much, like I said, until your account gets up to $25,000, you're just only going to be able to day trade every other day. It isn't a huge deal, but it does get kind of annoying. A lot of people even say this rule is to kind of just, to be blunt with you guys, just to shit on smaller fish. Us being the smaller fish, us newbies essentially. But it is what it is. It just, if anything, it should motivate you more to get the most out of your account. That doesn't mean gamble with your account, but you should be looking, as always, like I always say, you want to make at the minimum 2% a day. If you don't see 2%, I mean, as long as you're seeing some sort of growth, you're doing what 90-95% of the market can do. But obviously I've gone into that a whole bunch. Try to do at least 2+% a day, and that is what we did today. I'll go ahead and show you guys my Robinhood here. As you can see, I went up 2.63%, pretty much $15, pretty much $15.75 essentially for the day. $15.73 if you're keeping exact track. And what did I trade today? I mean, like I said, I'll always be 100% upfront with you guys. So what I'll do is, how do I go to my history? So we can go here into my history. You can see this isn't actually pending. I have it I think most people's accounts like this too. Once your bank account that you use is like solidified, like it's not a fake bank account or anything. Once you've made deposits and whatnot with that bank account, once you say, I deposited this like last week, yeah, the 25th. So it was available right away. They're still taking those funds out of my bank account, but they're still available. Almost like Robinhood Instant, but not instant. I don't have an instant account, obviously. But anyway, so what did I do today? You can see, okay, that's the 26th. So from here up is what I did. You can see I canceled an order. I don't know if it'll show the exact details. Yeah, you can see I canceled an order for, this is Gush. I wish it would show the abbreviation here, but it doesn't if you're wanting the exact stock name. But, oh no, this was for Drip because it's at $12.79. So I canceled it. Yes, okay. I have myself confused for a minute. I don't know. Maybe, is this right? At 22:30. I think we're having a little glitch or something here. Either way, I'll just show you guys straight up. I mean, it looks different on the phone version, but I'll just go ahead and show you guys from the TD Ameritrade side what I traded today. So I traded Gush and Drip, which I normally would not do. However, like I said, I'm massively in love with just how Drip and Gush are moving. Obviously, it's not a huge profit margin within the two. I mean, you're looking at between 2 to 4%. But like I always say, if you can do 2 to 4% a day at the minimum, I mean, you're still doing what 95% of the market cannot do. So what did I do? It was around, I was done trading by 10 a.m. Central Time, guys. So by right here, I was pretty much done trading for the day. So what did I do? I caught Gush right around, was it here? Yeah, I believe it was right in here. Yeah, because then right after that I got in Drip. So I got in right here, right around 22:20. I'll go ahead and get it pulled up here on my phone too, since the web version. Obviously Robinhood Web, still getting a hang of that, but I'll get it pulled up here so there's no questions asked. I'll give you guys true amounts. Apparently I've been invited to start trading Bitcoin too. I just got that notification. But anyways, let me go ahead and get this pulled up. So I bought Gush at 22:30. So I wanted to wait for some form of confirmation. Let's go ahead and just zoom in here on the morning. I saw it have this sell-off in the morning, and I missed out on Drip, in all honesty, for like the peak, for like the best moment. As you can see, Gush started out the morning hot, and that's why I missed out on Drip, because I was like, well, Gush might actually break through right here and just keep on trending up. However, it had the sell-off, it continued. For whatever reason, I just did not hop into Drip. Even though I was sitting there watching it, that's what made me even more mad. But I still got in. We'll talk about that in a second. But as you can see, it developed this slight little, I wouldn't call this a bull pattern, but signs that it was going to have some sort of a push. And to see that as well, I was also keeping a very close eye on /CL. If you guys don't know what that is just crude oil futures essentially, and this goes hand in hand with Gush. So as this goes up, you can look for Gush to go up. As it goes down, you can look for Gush to go down. And what do you see here? I mean, it kind of went up, and then it went down, it went up, went down. I mean, it's just, I love oil altogether. Like, I love these stocks. But anyways, going back to Gush, like I said, I wanted to wait for some form of a confirmation, and I waited for it to get, like I said, right around 22:30 was when I was like, okay, I'm not going to miss out on Gush since I already missed out on Drip. So I wrote Gush up. I saw it kind of get rejected right here around $23. Saw it go down. So I was like, okay, hopefully it doesn't go down too low. And it didn't. And went right back up. So I sold off, where did I sell off? Like $22.70, something like that. Let me see, $22.87. So yeah, like I said, I wrote it up. I wanted to make sure to cover profits. And if we go over to my chart here, keeping track of my profits and whatnot, as you can see, I made just over 2.5% profit on Gush, $8.55. So like I said, nothing huge, but profits are profits at the end of the day. And then like I said, we also got in on Drip. So if we go back over to Drip here, you can see what is pretty much the inverse of Gush, right? So as you can see, Gush overall has gone down as of late. Drip has done what? Continue to go up as of late, and it continues to make these new like daily 4-day, because if you look at the 5-day here, 5-day, what does it keep doing? It keeps making new high lows, meaning the lows keep getting higher and higher, and it keeps doing what? Like making new highs. It made a newer high. Obviously, this was like the high, and it had a sell-off. However, there's this potential sign of a possible reversal. I'll talk about that in a minute as well. But what does it keep doing? As of like the last 4 to 6 days, it's kept making newer highs and new high lows. So that's something that I'm definitely in love with drip as well. And by looking at the SMA, it doesn't show really no signs of stopping. It's acting more of a support than a resistance. So pretty much what I'm looking for the next few market days is, obviously I look for drip to have a sell-off again tomorrow morning, even though I can't do anything, which pisses me off. I might do some paper trading just for the fun of it. But I look for it to sell off, get close to the SMA, bounce off around like 1270, somewhere around there. Maybe not quite 1270, but somewhere in that range. Look for it to bounce and go ahead and go on up to probably what we get to today, 1352. I look for it to go ahead and get near 1360 or 1375 tomorrow, in all honesty, guys. And then I think we will see a resistance around that high of 1380, but that's for probably like Monday or Tuesday, possibly. Obviously, nothing's ever set in stone, but just look out for that, of course. But anyways, like I was saying, as for my position with drip, if we zoom in, so 10 o'clock was right here, right? 10:40, 10:30, 10:10. Let's just do this right here. So as you can see, it went down, came back up, boom. I sold off at 1320. I know I sold off 1320, but when did I get in? I got in at 1284. So I waited for some form of confirmation. I saw it get down to 1277, and honestly, I was gonna hop in right then, but it kept going up so quick, and it kind of bounced around here for a minute. It went all the way up to like 1294. I was like, it's going to pull back. It's gone up way too fast. Like, it's gone up quite a bit way too fast. I look for a slight pullback. And as you can see here, what do you see? A little, if you look really close here, what do you see? Almost like a little bull pattern right here. It just goes down, comes up slightly, gets rejected. Boom. Shot right back up about 2%, 2 or 3%. And if I would have held it a little longer in the morning, I would have got a lot more out of it. I would have got 30 cents more a share, which would have equaled, what, about % or 2 more of profit. But anyways, at least covering profits. Like I always said, I saw that it was kind of consolidating here around 1320, so I went ahead and set a limit order at 1320. It hit it within like a minute or two of setting that. Boom, got my profits, moved on. So as you can see, I wrote up here from 1280, if we can catch it, 1284, wrote it up to 1320. If I can get the 20. So looky there. You're looking at almost 3% profit. And then when we look at it on my chart, what did I say? About 3% profit. So like I said, it wasn't like a huge profit or anything. But if you look at my previous trend, obviously you can see, what was I doing? Messing with seed. Seed I lost a lot of money on. JDST, a penny stock, by the way. You all know how I feel about penny stocks, those of you that aren't new to me and have been following for a while. But JDST, I'm really kicking myself now for how JDST's been going. I sold off, I cut my losses, of course, and I cut my losses off way too early. I should have just rode it out, toughed it out, but what's done is done. I made that money back, obviously, the last few days. But as you can see, ever since I've been sticking more to just my trend, not buying into what people on Stock Twits or any other, obviously, like, I'm very involved in the TechBud Solutions group. I'm not affiliated by them or anything whatsoever, but those are like very smart, good group of people. Ever since I pretty much just tuned everybody out, done my own thing, stuck with these ETFs for the most part, things that I know and I can understand these trends a lot better. I've been making consistent profits. I've been making 2.5 to almost 5% profit the last 3 trading days now. So it's definitely encouraging for sure if you just add up these profits here. Like I said, they're not huge, but I mean, it's a small account. When you're starting out with a small account, you can't be expecting $50, $100 profits unless if you're trading with high volatile risk penny stocks. And I mean, just if you don't believe me, look at how I did with seed. I mean, where's seed now? I think it's at like 80 cents today. Look, seed 80 cents, BPMX 24. That was when I was messing with when it was around 30 cents. I mean, yes, I mean, can you make money with the penny stocks? Yes. Look up guys like Tim Sykes. I'm actually a huge advocate of Tim Sykes. I love the work that he does. I study a lot of work that he does for in a future point, once I get my account bigger where I'm not so scared to lose some of my money, then I'll try again with penny stocks in a future date. And of course, you guys will know when that day comes. But I feel like I'm talking way too much and have not checked my chat or anything. Okay, so I actually talked to, is that Unreally Kings? I actually talked to you on Instagram today. How's it going, man? I still need to go subscribe to you on my other YouTube channel, on my personal page. I would subscribe to you with this channel, like this page, but I try to keep it like all like stock and financial related. Like, I'm sure you get what I mean. But yeah, I need to go do that right after this video. And I actually need to get to packing too, because we're leaving tomorrow afternoon for Texas. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna get a drink here real quick. But yeah, if you all have any questions, I think you I forget your name off the top of my head. Your YouTube channel, I forget what it is. Unreally Keens. You mentioned that you had some questions. So I mean, if you have some questions, just definitely shoot them out there in the chat, and I'll be sure to answer them. Or if you have any stocks you're interested in, want me to go over, like I always say, just let me know and I'll hit them up. Man. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's been a good week. Obviously, the stock market has done really subpar, to say the least. If you just look at the last 5 days, let's go ahead and just look at SPY for an example, which is pretty much kind of like, it goes hand in hand with S&P 500, essentially. I mean, just look at it. It was at 273 on Monday? Or no, when was this? This would have been 7 days ago now. So that would have been last Thursday or Wednesday. I keep getting my days mixed up. So last Wednesday, it was at 273. It hit a low of 257, and we're hovering right around 259, 260. I'm really wondering, are we gonna see it just go ahead and just go right back up like it did in February, or are we gonna see the ultimate downfall? That's something to definitely keep an eye on. I don't know if I can pull up the Dow Jones on here. I don't know what the Dow. I think it's just Dow J, isn't it? I think this is it. DWJB, maybe not. I don't know the actual Dow Jones ticker symbol. I don't know the actual thing. Anyways, maybe the S&P. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know any of like the bigger ticker symbols or anything like that. I mostly just stick with my ETFs, of course. But let's see, got anything? I really want to know what's the name of the program. Okay, so this one, if you're talking about this right here, what I'm currently on, this is the TD Ameritrade. I'll go ahead and keep this pulled up if I can. This is the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. It's totally free. I mean, all you have to do is like have a social security number, all that good stuff. A lot of people get like freaked out by the social security thing, but it's like, I mean, what do you expect? Like, you're trading, making money. I mean, it's just like a job. They want all of your information when you're making money at a job, so I don't see why people freak out when it comes to trading accounts. It's just so they get their taxes. IRS has to get that money too at the end of the day. But yeah, as long as you have a social security number, you don't even have to like complete. When you're doing your registration, it'll like ask you for bank account information. But if you scroll down, you can just hit save and continue later or something like that. And then it'll take you then like right to your profile, which then what you'll do is type in on Google TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, and then there's like a way to download it. I think I have a video on that actually. So you after this video, after we wrap this up here in a little bit, look at my what is the playlist name, like stock market lessons. I believe I put in the stock market lessons. If I have not yet, it's also in the stock market trading. That one for sure, I know it's in the stock market trading. The only difference between those two is with stock market lessons, I put just specifically lesson videos, whereas stock market trading, I'll put these live streams also in it so people can see this video as well as all the other live streams at any time. No point in deleting these. I mean, there's all kinds of information in here that you can look back to for reference. But yeah, TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform is this one. And I also do have I know I have a video for sure about how to get the real-time data, because when you do download it initially, you're going to get the delayed data, which is like 15 to 20 minutes. I think it's exactly 20 minutes, like 20 minutes delayed, which is definitely frustrating. I used it for like my first 2 or 3 days trading, and I mean, I lost out on quite a bit of money because, I mean, I guess I was just ignorant, to say the least. Like, I didn't even pay attention to that. I was on behind, like right here it'll say real-time data. Oh, you went away. It'll say, instead of real-time, it'll say in like a yellow font, delayed data. So I do have a video for sure on how to do that, how to get that available, and there's just so many ways you can set this up, set up a watch list. I'll do actually a bunch of videos coming up for you guys once I get back from Texas. I'll try to do some videos about like how to set up a watch list and how to set up a scan tool for whenever you're searching stocks. Obviously, like I said, I've been like looking at a lot of Tim Sykes videos lately, so I'm not trading penny stocks. Don't get wrong here by anything that you see right here. I'm just like looking because he talks about all these different kinds of trends to be on the lookout for. So I'm just kind of just playing around. I'm not using money or anything whatsoever with penny stocks. I'm just kind of interested in just learning. Obviously, if you're not learning, you're losing at the end of the day. But yeah, good question. I guess I should get a stock pulled up here to look out for. I guess I'll go ahead and talk about Acre for a minute, because there was a lot going on with Acre today. That is a penny stock. I'm not saying that I'm like not I know it sounds kind of contradicting, but I'm not like just totally like against penny stocks or anything whatsoever. Like, out of all the penny stocks that I do look at, Acre is one of them that I've like been on consistently. Like, haven't invested in lately, but I've obviously given a lot of love to. Just because, I mean, if you look at the overall like 20-day, what's it doing? I mean, like, it's trending up. It shows this pattern that this SMA indicator, this green line right here, it's acting as a support. As you can see, every time that it gets below it or gets even close to it, it gets rejected. Like, it's supporting, this SMA is supporting it, so it'll go back up. I do see a resistance right around 86 cents. As you can see, every time it got close, or every time it's gotten close to 86 cents or even above for a slight second, what's it do? It gets rejected and comes right back down. One thing obviously to watch, of course, too, is to watch this blue EMA line, this bright neon blue EMA. Always look to see if it's trending above or below the EMA. Obviously, when it starts trending below, what's it going to do? It's going to continue to sell off. One thing I'm interested in, though, is that at the end of the day today, going into after hours, it started to do this trending up number. One thing to be on the lookout for if you're investing in this too is there's an earnings call supposed to happen tomorrow morning right before the market opens. So that could cause one of two things: either a sell-off, a panic sell-off, which you could have a dip buy then at some point, or it's going to cause it to run up really fast, so you're going to want to catch it as it runs up. It's just something to be on the lookout for. If it's running up, obviously go ahead, catch it during the run up. Don't be greedy. If it gets up to $1, I would sell for sure. Just because, I mean, it's still going to act as a resistance right here, right around 90 to 93 cents. But I mean, none of us are fortune tellers at the end of the day. It just depends on how this report goes. I don't know what this is exactly. Oh, this is the earnings. What is this then? A conference call? Well, that might not be too important then. Still, anything, if it pops up on this chart, it's important enough to just take note of it and just kind of hang back and relax for a minute. Don't necessarily feel like you need to hop in or hop out or anything. One thing that is kind of encouraging, if you just look at the overall MACD indicator trend, pretty much every time it goes down, what's it do? It goes right back up. And as you can see, I mean, it's been going down a lot the last day or two. And it's showing the sign that it might be, one, a good time to buy. Obviously, as these red lines get bigger, the more likely you are to not want to buy. You want to wait until these red lines start to get smaller to begin with. Obviously, them getting smaller doesn't mean it is the best time to buy, because you can see it'll go right back to red. But also another thing to look at here with your lines down here is just that it seems to be trying to do this number as if it wants to start going back up. So that is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not exciting, but it gives you hope, essentially, to say the least. Like I said, I'm not telling you guys to invest in this whatsoever. I'm just pretty much saying what I see with this stock. I personally probably go ahead and just wait tomorrow, just depending on what it does. But 4/2, that is what, Monday? So Monday after hours is the market or the earnings. So you could actually see a run up tomorrow as well as pre-market hours Monday. Yeah, Acre, that's going to be one to keep an eye on for sure, because it could definitely run up. I mean, they're talking, I'm wondering if this might be their FDA approval. There's been a lot of talk going on about some big time FDA approval. I think something to do with a cure for, not a cure, but like some type of medicine or something for, what is that? It's something to do with when your piss burns. Chlamydia. It's like some kind of chlamydia medicine or cure or something like that. So that'd be interesting to watch. Like I said, it's just something to be on the lookout for. If it happens to be like some kind of FDA approval, some kind of big news, you could definitely see this puppy shoot up tomorrow. I really hope that's not what that is, because I can't trade tomorrow. but they're talking it's going to hit like at least $2 to $4 if that happens. So just want to be on the lookout for. And I mean, it's not like a horrible company or anything. I mean, I looked up the company. They seem to be a pretty good company. I mean, it is still a penny stock after all. But I mean, if you see here, I mean, it trended down all the way to 12 cents. But look, it's going right back up. And I mean, I didn't look at the 1 year before on this. But I mean, 1 year, I mean, it has been as high as like $3. It did trend down for like 180 to 200 plus days. Now it seems to be trending back up. But again, it is a penny stock. These are highly volatile stocks. So always do your own due diligence when investing in these stocks. Go ahead and get this pulled back up. Okay, so no questions still right now other than your TD Ameritrade question. You're probably getting busy on your TD Ameritrade sign up right now, huh? Let me go ahead and make sure we're still doing all right here. Wow, we're already at 25 minutes. Wow. But I also wanted really quickly, before we go ahead and wrap this stream up, I want to talk about JNUG and JDST. I stayed away from these two today, as well as the last like couple days now, just because when you look at /GC, I mean, it's showing a weird pattern. If you look at the last 180, well, even the 180, I mean, there's a resistance right around 1365, 1364, somewhere in that area. It keeps getting rejected on the 180, but even if you look at the 20-day, I mean, it's just something about it I'm not really liking. Obviously, it keeps getting rejected by this SMA, but of late, it's been almost acting as a support. So what I'm wondering is /GC going to bounce right here now that this SMA is going to act as a support? Maybe is it going to act as a support and bounce off of it and continue to trend up, possibly to new recent highs? Or is it going to go ahead and continue to trend down? RSI shows all signs that it's well oversold and it's due to trend back up. MACD obviously is as well. So with that, if /GC goes up, that means that in turn JNUG will go up. So what I'm looking for, as you can see, I mean, my trend lines are just kind of off on this, because if you look at the 180-day, JNUG had this sell-off and it had kind of just been overall trending down the last 180 days. So I obviously drew my trend lines for it to be trending down, but if you look at the last 20 days, ever since it kind of burst through its SMA right here, the SMA has done what? It started to act kind of as a support. Every time it would go below it, it would boom, go right back up. Every time it get close, boom, went up. So now, like I said, with /GC, is the SMA now going to act as a support and it go ahead and bounce right here and go on above it, or is it going to now act as a resistance and start to trend below it? I think it is going to trend above it. I think we're going to see JNUG go up. How high tomorrow into Tuesday and next week? Who's to say? I mean, I might be wrong here and it might go ahead and continue to trend down. But the RSI, MACD, everything's pointing to JNUG /GC to start to trend back up. And I believe if so, I think we will see new recent highs. I think with JNUG specifically, if you wait for confirmation and get in around, let's just say 1375 or maybe even higher, let's say you wanted to wait until even $14, I think we will see it go past 15. I think we'll see it test this resistance right around 1535 or 1540, I think is where I put the resistance. So let's say you went ahead and sold off early. Let's say you sold off at 1525 after waiting to get into 14. Look at that, guys. You're talking 9% potential profit right there. Now, is that going to happen in a day? Maybe, maybe not. It might take 2 days, but let's say all it did was go up from 14 to even just 1450 in a day. You're talking still, what, 3.5% profit in 1 day, guys. So like I said, if you can do 2, 3, 4, 5+% per day, if you can profit at all, you're doing what 90 to 95% of traders, quote-unquote traders, they like to call themselves traders, cannot do, because they are too cocky. They think, well, I'm just not going to sell until this point. Never hits that point, then they trend down and lose a lot of money, and they just are in denial, in all honesty. And, I mean, just cover profits. I mean, that's the key, especially when you're just starting out with a smaller account. I mean, you all see my account. My account is by no means like a big account or anything like that. I mean, we're at what, like just over $600 finally? I mean, I should be up a lot more, but obviously I made some bad decisions when I first started trading. We all do. Better to learn with a small account than a large account, but I mean, actively trending up. Look, up almost $16 for the day. I mean, where are you going to just be able to just sit on your butt? Obviously, you can do things like I said, Amazon, affiliate marketing. There's so many ways to make money online, but like at a job or anything, like where are you gonna go and make 2 to 3% a day? What investment are you going to make 2 to 3% per day or more, 5, 10? There's a lot of day traders who can do 5 to 10% daily on their account. Where are you going to get that kind of return on your money investing anywhere else? Real estate, anything like that? Nowhere, just about. So, I mean, if you do literally, just do the math. If you do 5% a day, 20 trading days per month. On average, we have about 20 to 22 or 24 trading days a month. So if out of 22 to 24 trading days a month, only 20 you do 5% a day, you are doubling your account because you do 5% times 20, that's 100%. You're doubling your account or more every single month. Now, is that like realistic? I mean, when you're first starting out, probably not. I mean, look, I'm only doing roughly, as of late, only what, about, let's just average and say 3.5% is my average lately. I mean, and then obviously you're not going to have green trades every single day. I mean, you're going to have reds here and there, but it's limiting those reds and sticking to your plan. Look, ever since I've stuck to my plan, the last 3 days, I have not closed a single red trade. So, I mean, it's just learning, and sticking to your plan, devising a plan, sticking to it. That is why I will never stop using this. This is or at least for me, this is my best friend. What I do is I literally study my stocks. I look at the ETF stocks, whatever that I'm looking to trade. I limit myself to 4 at the most. I like to stick with just 2 to 3, but sometimes I'll allow 4 because inverse ETFs, you're looking at 2, obviously, but 4 at the most. I write down some. I might have a penny stock thrown in there, but for the most part, it's ETFs and more reputable companies that are trending up of the last 90 days. And I mean, I just stick to that plan. If we're actually this morning, in all honesty, guys, I didn't think I was going to make a single trade because, like I said, I missed out on DRIP early in the morning. And DRIP was like my main stock that I was keeping an eye out on. And when you just look at today, what did it do? It had the sell-off. I knew it was going to trend up. I even called it yesterday. I mean, if you watched yesterday's live stream, you know I called it. I said we will see a sell, or not even a sell-off. I don't know why I want to say sell. I mean, it is technically a sell-off, so I'll just stick with it. Forget it. I don't care if it's correct or not correct terminology. It had this sell-off because, I mean, we saw this little, I called it out right here. I said we're seeing some kind of a formation that is due for some kind of a sell-off. What did it do? It sold off, and I knew I had my confirmation. I had my confirmation around 1280. I missed out on it, but I wrote it up. I waited for the next little dip. I bought in at the dip and still rode up for, like, what I say, about 3% profit. So, I mean, it's just doing that, sticking to your plan, believing in what you're trading. I mean, I could have waited out the whole day and made a lot more. Like I said, I missed out on 30 cents more a share, so I missed out on $6 more. So I would have made, what, about 4 to 5% or maybe even more off of DRIP at that point. Because I got in at what point? When did I get in? 1320? No, I sold off at 1320. Sorry. I got in at 1284, right? I don't even know where I'm at now. But let's just say 1284. So let's go ahead and do that calculation real quick. 1284, 1352. Yeah, over 5% profit, guys. So, I mean, I missed out on a few percent, but it's nothing big. I still closed green. That is just it at the end of the day. I got busy at work. That's why I went ahead and settled with the profits I had. And, I mean, that's just it. I would rather, like I said on my Facebook page, I said I would rather close too early than close too late. I would rather get 2.6% green than 2.6% red. So, surely you guys understand that. It's easy to understand it when someone else is telling you, but I'm telling you guys, when you first start, it is hard to just think with the mindset, cover profits. Once you take a few losses, believe me, you're going to cover profits. But it's just something that we all have to live through. I mean, we all live and learn at the end of the day. But let me see if we got anything going on here real quick. So, yeah, I mean, if you don't have any more questions, I think you're the only one watching currently. I don't know for sure. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. Well, we've had a few people watching, it looks like. But, I don't know what this green one is. But, oh, messages. But, yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and wrap it up. We're already over half an hour. I need to get to, man, it's too late for me to get a haircut. I was hoping to get a haircut before going to Texas, but, oh well. too late. But yeah, I'll go ahead and wrap this video up here. Hopefully this video did slightly maybe motivate you guys and give you guys some good information. If it did, definitely make sure to smash that like button. I greatly appreciate that, of course. And if you are new to the channel, like I said, definitely hit that subscribe button below. I greatly appreciate that. And like I said, if you didn't see the previous informative videos in that stock market playlist, I'll try to link them at the end of this video whenever this video uploads onto YouTube. There's a difference between streaming and video, but you'll see that if you look, or you can just click on my channel and see. But yeah, that's it for this video. Like I said, if you like it, just hit that thumbs up and show me some support. I greatly appreciate that. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there, making them profits, covering them profits, achieving some financial freedom this year, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, guys.